Hello everyone, myself Dr. Jyoti Mandala. Welcome you to the new lectures on the series of object-oriented programming through Java. So we are learning about event handling. So in the last class we learned about what is nothing but event handling and how the event handling can be done through the predefined classes and interfaces and what package we need to implement and what is the template we need to follow. All these things we learned in the last lecture. So in this lecture we will be concentrating on the mouse events, but before that let me revise the things. What is nothing but an event and event handling? Event is nothing but there is a change in the state of your object. Okay, so whenever there is a change occurs in the source, then that describes the event. Now for examples are like clicking on a button or typing some text in the text box. These will be generating the events. Now once the event is generated, there should be a mechanism which should control this event, and that is referred as your event handling. Like whenever you click on a button, if you want to get a text to be displayed, then clicking the button is nothing but event, and for getting the text displayed, we need to write some Java code, and that is nothing but your event handler. So events will be generated by the sources and event handling will be done by the listeners. So the complete process is referred as a delegation event model. In detail about this delegation event model we already learned in a last lecture. So let us not go in detail about that now. Now we know event will be generated by the sources. So these are some of the sources from which events will be generated. So once the event will be generated, that will be sent to the listener. Listener is nothing but we have a set of classes and interfaces. So that will be taking care of these events. Okay, so what we have to do next? So once this event is generated, whatever you want to do, that you need to write as a Java code which will be written in a methods, and those methods are abstract methods available in these interfaces, right? But before that, the listener has to register with the sources, and that can be done by using this syntax, right? So to understand this one, let us take a simple example of having mouse events. We have multiple sources which generate the event. So these are all the sources which generates the event, and these events can be handled by either the combination of these event classes and interfaces. But in this lecture we are concentrating on mouse events only. Okay, so what are all the mouse operations you are performing, and on that operations, if you want to perform any like if you want to handle those operations, that can be done by using your mouse events class and mouse listener and mouse motion listener interfaces. Okay, so but if you want to use these classes and interfaces, you need to import a package called java.awt.event package. Right, now we are confining ourselves to a class called MouseEvent, and in that we have two interfaces. This is a class, and we have two interfaces called MouseListener and MouseMotionListener, and these are all the methods that are available in the in these interfaces. In the MouseListener interface, we have 5 methods. All are abstract methods only. That means these are declared in that interface only. Now, if you are going to implement this MouseListener, you need to write down the code for all the 5 methods. We need to override all these 5 methods in our own class. Okay, so if you are pressing the mouse, then its related method is mouse pressed. Okay, and clicking, and mouse entered, mouse exited, and mouse released. Along with this interface, we have one more interface, that is mouse motion listener, which is having 2 more methods which are abstract method, that is mouse move and mouse drag. There's a difference between move and drag. Move is nothing but just without clicking you are moving the mouse. Dragging is nothing but clicking and moving. Okay, so if you want to handle these events, if you want to handle all these 7 events also, we can do by simply importing this mouse listener and mouse motion listener. Along with this class, mouse event class, will have these 2 methods also, which is getX and getY method. So what are the uses of these methods is, we can get the coordinate values of X coordinate value and Y coordinate value of our applet window by using this method that are available in the mouse events. Right, to work with this mouse events, we need to follow the template. The template is, it requires 5 steps to be followed. The first step is we need to import the packages. So we need to import 3 packages: AWT package, AWT event package, and applet package. Why we are importing this applet package? Because we are checking our output through the applets. And the second thing is we need to extend the applet class, and we need to implement two interfaces. Suppose if you want to work with both the all the mouse methods, then we need to implement both the events. So if you want to implement only the first 5 which I have highlighted in the last slide, then only mouse listener is enough. But if you want to have mouse moved and mouse dragged also, then we need to implement this interface also. 2 or more interfaces can be implemented. And we need to write down the applet code. After that we need to write down the init method. In that init method we already learned like the listener should be registered with that interface, the listener should be registered with that source. That statement whatever we need to write, that should be written in the init method, and that will be done by using the syntax call. Suppose if you are adding these two interfaces, if you are implementing these two interfaces, then both the listeners should be registered by using the method called add mouse listener and add mouse motion listener. If one is used, only one statement need to be written. And finally we need to override all the methods which we have in these interfaces, that like all the 7 list we have, all those methods we need to override. So let us see an example for this one so that it will be clear to you all. To understand this one, what we'll do is, let us first let us open the notepad, and then in the notepad we'll start typing our code. Okay, so let me open the notepad first. So as a first step, you can see here what is our first step. We need to write down the statements of importing the package. That I am going to write import java.awt.star, and then we need to write next import statement import java.awt.event.star, and we need to import one more package, that is import java.applet.star. Because we are going to work with the applets, we need to import all these packages and all. So event handling will be done by having the methods that are available in this package. Now once this is done, we need to write our second step is we need to write our own class. So that should be public class. Let us consider our own any method name can be given, any class name can be given. I am giving a class name of mouse, and it should extends applet class, and it should implement. Suppose let us implement all the 7 methods. Okay, so what are all the 7 methods? Those 7 methods are abstract methods which are available in these two interfaces. What are they? Mouse listener and mouse motion listener. Okay, so this interface will include the first 5 methods, and this includes the next 2 methods. Okay, I think there is a mistake here. Listener. Okay, mouse implements mouse listener and mouse motion listener. Okay, now what is the thing we need to do? Let me take what I want to do is, I want to get, whenever I am clicking, I want to get a message like mouse clicked. Whenever I am dragging, I want to get a message called mouse dragged. To do that, I am taking one variable called message, which is a string data type string. So what initially it will be like mouse events value will be stored, but later on we can change this one. Okay, and also I am taking 2 more variables also. Initially it will be like 10 and 20, 10 x and y. What is this one is, initially we are displaying one applet window. So initial value whatever we have, that I want to display 10 and 30. So that I am fixing this one. Okay, when running this program you can understand this one. Now what is our third step? Our third step is we need to write down the applet code, that I will do next. And then fourth step is we need to write down the init method, where we need to register our listener interfaces to the sources. Okay, so let us write that one, public void init. Okay, so in this init method we need to register our so what is the syntax for that one? You can see add mouse listener, like that one. Okay, so same thing I am going to write here, add mouse listener. Okay, and within this you need to pass a parameter of this. Similarly you can have add mouse motion listener and in this also you can have this. Okay. Now within this you can have a method called now what we can do is, now let us start writing the code for our methods. First of all let us highlight all the methods that are available. So public void, what are all the methods we have? Mouse click. Okay, this should take a variable of mouse events. This should take a variable of object that should be of mouse event. Okay. Now what I want, and let us highlight all the methods first. Okay, mouse clicked, we have one method, and then we have mouse pressed, right? And then we have method called mouse released, right? And we have total of 7 methods. Okay, and then we have mouse enter, okay, and then we have method called mouse exited. Okay, and then we have, these are all the 5 methods, 1 2 3 4 5 methods that are available in the mouse listener. And in the mouse motion listener we have 2 more methods. What are the 2 more methods? Mouse move, and we have one more method, mouse drag, right? So these are all the methods, 7 methods I have listed. So let us fill the code in this one. So what is the code we need to fill here is, let us consider the message I want to have here is mouse click. I want to have this message. Okay, and then I want to set the background color whenever a color is whenever the mouse is clicked. So to do that one we have a method called set background. Okay, set background, and in this we need to write color dot, whatever color you want you can write. Let me write some color. Initially it will be white color, default color will be white color. And then I have one more method which is called as a show status. What is the use of this one is, in the status bar this status will be displayed. I just want to display mouse click. Okay, so this is the thing I want to perform whenever mouse is clicked. Now the same thing we can repeat in the mouse pressed also, but where the message is changed as mouse pressed, and I want to change the color to red, and the status will be mouse pressed. Okay, and then same thing we can have here also in the mouse released. So after clicking, if you release, this will be displayed. Okay, and the color I want to change it to blue, and I want to display it as released. Okay, and then when mouse is entered, okay, then message mouse entered, and I want to have a color whenever we enter into that window. Mouse will be whenever it is entering into the applet window, we will have a color yellow, and we have a message called entered. And mouse exited also we'll have, let us have the mouse exited, and it is magenta and exited. Okay, and now coming to the mouse moved. Now mouse mode and mouse drag will be available in mouse motion listener. To do that task, again we can have the same thing. Now along with that, what I want to do is I want to get the x and y coordinates, where I told you know we have get x and get y method. So that we can get by using x equal to, x is a parameter which we have already declared, me is our mouse event object, get x. Okay, and we have y equal to me dot get y. Okay, so the color I want to change it to pink. Different colors, just for our understanding I am writing like this. Okay, we need to write mouse move. Similarly we can have in the mouse drag, so mouse drag, and the color we can have black, because obviously it will be white color. I am changing it to drag. So mouse dragged. So in the status bar I want to get x and y coordinates. For simplicity, for your understanding I am writing like this. Okay, me dot get x, okay, plus comma me dot get y. Right, so this is how all the methods should be overwritten. And now once it is done, we need to write paint method. I forgot to write repaint. So why? Because everything will be done by repaint only, paint method only. To call this paint method we need to use repaint method, right? So that also we need to have. So add this one in each method, in all the methods. This I forgot to add. So in mouse enter, and here we have to write, and here also we need to write, and here one more, here also we need to write. So now we are writing our paint method, which will be called by repaint method. Okay, and always it will take graphics class object, right? So I will be writing g dot draw string, and whatever message you have given, no, that will be displayed at x and y values. That's it. Okay, is that clear all of you what we have done? So we can close our class. So let us save our program and let us see any errors are there. So I want to save here. I think mouse, right. Okay, along with this we need to write our one HTML code also, but before that let us compile this program first. I think it is already available, command line. Now how can we do this? Java C, right? I think there is an error here. Okay, I think pink is not available. Okay, here we forgot to close this one, right? Okay, so let us compile once again. Okay, I think so it is successfully compiled. Now what we need to do is let us write the applet code. Okay, so how to write the applet code you all know. So we need to write let us write HTML, and in that applet code equal to mouse dot class width equal to 500 height equal to 600 and close the applet. Okay, and close HTML. Now save this one. We need to save this one as any name can be given, mouse.html I am giving. Okay, save. So let us run this one. So first we need to compile our code. That is the first step we have already done. Now we need to write applet viewer. Okay, let us see applet viewer. I think there is a problem. Applet tag we have not written. We have written that only. Height attribute. Okay, I think our I don't know where the mistake is. Yeah, we got it. See, earlier we have mouse events. That is the message we have given. So whenever you enter into the message, see my mouse pointer is now here. If I enter here, the color is changed. See, I am getting mouse mode. And whenever I drag here, see clicking and I am dragging, the color is changed to black. Now whenever I am moving, it is, now whenever I click and I am holding, then it is called mouse pressed. And when I release, no mouse click. So click and release, it will be done as fast as that. Okay, so these are all the different mouse events, and you can see here the message will be displayed here. You can see, and whenever you are dragging, no, we have given x and y values. That's why the values are displayed here like 192 like this. Okay, so these are all the ways how the mouse events can be handled in our Java programming language. I hope you all are clear with this concept. Okay, so this is how mouse events can be handled. If you want to, but the problem here is if you are implementing one interface, all the methods available, all the abstract methods that are available there should be overridden. Otherwise, you will be getting an error. Okay, so with this, we'll come to an end of our today's class about mouse events. I hope you all are clear with this concept. Let us all meet in our next lecture. Until then, thank you all of you.